the rear and 2 of its front teeth slightly overlap its lower jaw. This is very descriptive. Crocodile's jaws are extremely powerful, giving it the ability to crush an object as large and durable as an automobile. These features are topped by crocodile's extremely violent temper. It has been known to clamp down on any moving object and will do everything it can to make sure its prey cannot escape. Shut up. Its gender ratio is 50% male to 50% female. Its abilities are intimidate or moxie. And anger point is its hidden ability.
You said he's got moxie?
He's got moxie.
I have to tell you something that's been going on, and you guys had no idea. So they couldn't hear the podcast. I could see that the microphone.
Oh no!
No, they can hear it now. They just missed all that boring Pokemon. It's okay. No, it's in the regular show. It was just not for the live streamers. But the funny part is they're all saying they don't have audio, and a whole bunch of stuff's being said in the chat. And then someone did one of my favorite memes by saying, "This is fine." The dog that's sitting in the fire. This is fine. Look it up on your phone. Just
Mom Brain, did
it
do a good job?
It's a dog sitting at a table in the kitchen, and the whole room is on fire. And he's drinking a cup of coffee and saying, "This is fine."
I've never seen that. Is this a GIF?
No, it's not.
It's a meme, which means it is.
It's a meme.
Yeah, thank you. You have a little more to go?
I know. I think I did it already.
I know. Okay.
Yeah. Am I forgetting anything? No, you're good.
I don't know.
I did it. I did its gender ratio and.
I mean, the important parts.
Yeah.
Gender ratio.
You always say that part.
Yeah, I do remember this guy.
No, I don't know if it actually comes from like an animated something.
He looks like a real jerk.
I saw like an animated version of it on Vine. Like, I don't know if somebody took the meme and turned it into an animation themselves, but it was pretty amazing. All right, so now see, all I've ever seen is the first 2, so I don't know if somebody else did the rest or not. I don't know.
Have you seen it?
I've seen. All right, so obviously today we've been having some issues. I apologize. It seems like I don't know now, to tell you the truth. What was it? Last week when I went to record the latest Parents Play, the laptop was fighting me every step of the way. I don't know. Everything was out of sync. I don't know why it wouldn't read anything. And even after a few restarts, it wouldn't do anything. And then when I eventually got it to record, it took, no joke, 4 times the amount of time to export the video that it usually does. So I didn't know what the hell the problem was. Then this week, everything was fine. Nothing had changed. Everything's fine. This is fine. I didn't change anything, and everything worked as it usually does. I set it up extra early because I had to get in the shower and crap like that. And I came back, and then my mouse wouldn't work, and then the microphones wouldn't work. And so I don't know if I have like an external USB. I don't know if that's causing the problem, because I couldn't use my keyboard and I couldn't use my mouse, and the microphones were having trouble. And those are all plugged in through the external USB thing. So maybe I need a new hub or something like that, or maybe this laptop's just getting old. Yeah, it's 8 years old. And like I was saying, it's 8 years old. It's been on every single day since I've had it, and it's used a lot. So it's not like it hasn't put in a lot of hard time, but I don't know. Burn Cheese says, I crap like that in the shower too. I had to take a shower and crap like that. Yep. Turn on the shower, crap in the shower, mash it down the drain. That's how it goes. Hello. So thank you for your patience, everybody.
Our drain all these years?
Hey, moving out.
Thank you for
like I said, moving sale, everything must go.
Thank you everybody for your patience. I appreciate it. Hello, Burn Cheese and Lord Jaguar, and TAW and Dark Seed. And
Metamorphosis.
And G-Man, Sarah, Blue Husky, and Ice, and Rob, and everybody else I can't see in there. Thank you for joining.
I've been downloading the first song for the song section since we started the podcast.
What did you say?
I've been downloading the first song for the music section since we started the podcast.
Gross.
Oh, by the way, that was not.
How big is the file?
It's 7 megs.
Well, I mean, you know, I am using the internet for the podcast, so. Do you download a lot of songs when you?
No, like usually half.
You're actually downloading like audio files?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
Well,
not everything's in the cloud, you know.
Normally doesn't.
I'm sorry. What? What did you say?
Not everything's in the cloud.
I don't like the cloud.
I
Oh,
love
that cloud.
the
Yes, that cloud right
cloud.
there. Do we all see that?
I am
That's a
all cloud all the time. I got my photos in the cloud, got my contacts in the cloud. I got all that in the
Why
cloud.
don't you just go live in the cloud? If you
I
love it so
would if I
much?
could.
She's in the future with one thing, and then we're talking about the podcast not working, and she's like, "I was on radio from the 1920s."
First of all, I was on
Do
radio
I sound like I'm on
from
old time
2010.
radio?
I hate you. From 2010 to like 2011. So that was not old timey radio.
It's a
It
year.
was great. I was on Burlington and Plattsburgh, New York's #1 hit music station.
Here comes your favorite
Never
hit
heard
for today.
I hate you guys. You're just jealous. You're jealous of my success. Right, Mom
This
Brain?
is fun.
You're jealous. They're hating.
This is fine. Kirby's here.
Oh, hey. What's up?
Mom Brain is here.
Yo.
PC's here.
Hey,
Nicky Hill's here.
Dillheads.
I'm here.
that's you too. You're jealous.
Oh, come on.
The brand of laptop
all
is a
good fun.
Toshiba. I put a lot of research into it before I bought it. It's a Toshiba like anniversary edition, and it got really good reviews. And it was I got it at a really good price because this was back when Circuit City was going out of business. So I went to see if they had it in stock, and they did. So I got like a major
Circuit
discount.
City.
You should have gotten
Out
two.
of
maybe.
business.
Sell one.
That's when they sung the news, right?
should've.
Back in the day.
Well, you don't really want to do that because then think about
It's
that.
gonna
Like
be out of
8 years
date.
later, yeah.
23 September.
Yeah. So we have our Twitter question. Hopefully, I can read your tweets about it without the laptop blowing up, so you can still have time to answer that. Today's Twitter question is about Mitoma. So if you have some thoughts on that, go read the question and reply, and we will read your response on the show later. There's something else important I wanted to. I don't remember. This week, my parents played Mutant Mud Super Challenge. So you guys know I'm good friends with Jules over at Renegade Kid, and I know if I say the game is good, people are going to be like, "Yeah, because you're buddy with them." Whatever. Hopefully those of you who've been around the site long know that that's not how I am, but.
But I am
going to say this about the parents' play this week. I honestly think it is, if not the funniest, one of the funniest episodes of the entire series. My dad's always weird. For those of you that watch it, you know that. But this week he's extra weird. We had lots of really funny conversations. So check that out.
That's probably so like foreign to him, fighting evil mud mutants.
Trust me. He has no idea what's going on at the start of the video and at the end of the video, and that's every game. It doesn't matter how much you explain to him.
What do you think you're shooting him with?
He never said. But the beginning of the game starts with Max. He's flying a plane to his secret base. He gets out. He's hanging out at his secret base, and he's looking at a laptop with like
secret base. What?
Secret base.
The second
Secret
one
base.
just goes all over, huh? The first one he was in his at home, right?
This one is a secret base. I promise.
Secret base.
I know, but like, when did he get the capital for that?
So he's looking at his computer. And it's got like a radar thing on it,
At a secret base.
and he sees that an asteroid or something falls, and then you see that it's an asteroid. So my dad's watching this cutscene, and he's like, "What's that brain?" And I'm like, "Did you not watch any of the story?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, the only thing you're doing is literally sitting in front of the TV, like that TV, like 3 feet away maybe, watching the screen. And
he's sitting too close to the television.
He doesn't watch. Well, I told him he could look at the gamepad screen too if he wanted, and nope, that didn't do
He
it.
doesn't look at his phone
So
during
what
the
was the
important
brain?
stuff like I do.
It's a meteor.
You said asteroid.
Oh, he's
Same
right.
thing.
There is a difference.
There's a difference.
Space rock. How about that?
I think it becomes a meteor once it enters the atmosphere or something.
All right, we're not scientists. guys.
Listen, JTS
wait.
hasn't been on this show in a while.
What? Oh, come on. I'm not talking chemistry here.
Go ahead. You can give us our scientific answer. What's the difference between an asteroid
Yes,
and a
smarty
meteor?
pants.
Well, I mean, you know.
Oh, you're gonna look it up. I can look it up.
It's
Everyone can look it up,
Lasers are
Kirby.
hell.
He's research. He's doing research.
Oh, research.
I was
Sorry.
just guessing. I don't know.
asteroids are
I'm just
real.
trying to look cool.
They're
I
so
don't know.
painful.
I
But
don't
Can't
like
sit.
that this leg is between.
anyway, please check out that episode if you haven't, and hopefully you will enjoy it. I know those episodes are long. They're like 40 minutes, usually 40 minutes at least. So if you have a spare 40 minutes this weekend, or you can watch it in pieces maybe, check that out. Also, we haven't shared it yet, but it is available on YouTube if you want to see the latest episode of Egg Busters. The 1 week break is over.
What is that?
And what is
the
Egg
best
Busters?
thing on the planet?
You know, with Name of Austin.
Name of Austin? Name of Precious
All right,
Boy?
we'll explain it in a second. But first,
The kid with
the
the
new
merman hair.
this week's episode is about Yoshi's Woolly World.
Is this something on GoNintendo?
Yes! I love Yoshi's
It's a
Woolly
feature?
World.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because you have not been around. All right, so
how long is it? Egg master. What is it called?
he listens to the show and he's gonna love that you
Can we
don't know
ask
what
him
it
to
is.
change the name to
Eggmaster.
Eggmaster?
I know he's gonna get in touch with me about that and be like, I'm changing the name.
It's like you needed to change the name anyway, right?
Eggmaster.
What is this?
All right, I'll explain. So Egg Busters is a
Eggbusters.
YouTube show made by a kid named of Austin.
Name of Austin. Name of
He's
Fresh
been doing
Fresh.
it for a long time. I want to say a few years.
But how long has he been on the GoNintendo? On the GoNintendo.
I'm gonna tell you the whole thing if you just let
Yeah,
me.
shut up, Nicky Hill.
So he was doing the show, and in one of the episodes, he said, I forget what the episode was about, probably about Star Wars Battlefield. Oh, and in the show, the whole point of it is he tries to reproduce glitches that he's heard about or seen. He tries to see if he can verify them or not. So in one of the episodes,
like egg. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. One of the episodes, he said,
Like a.
I don't want
Like
anyone
Busted
in
makes
the
it feel
comments of the YouTube video to spoil the new Star Wars movie. I haven't seen it. I'm going to see it. I don't want you to ruin it for other people. He said, I know, by saying this, I'm sure somebody's going to do it. But he said, if anyone spoils this in the comments, I'm not doing Egg Busters anymore for 6 months. No Egg Busters for 6 months. That's it. So, of course, somebody was a jerk and spoiled it. And he said, that's it. No more Egg Busters. It's done. And he started a completely different show called The Good Boy Show. But it wasn't different at all. It was just Egg Busters, but it was called The Good Boy Show. But he wanted to get back to doing Egg Busters. Now, I could tell you the real story, or I could tell you the fake story. There's
Why leave this up to me? Come on now.
which one do you want to hear?
Can I hear the real story after the podcast?
Oh, okay, fine. Then you'll hear the fake story. All right, so copyright claim on YouTube from the producers of the movie Good Boy, which is about a dog.
Oh wait, this didn't actually happen. Oh.
And they said,
I
you're
remember
not
this
allowed
movie
to
was
do
real.
this show anymore because you're taking our name. And they said, you're ruining the revenue of our movie. And they sent him a graph of the revenue going down when Good Boy shows.
Wait, are you making this up right now?
Yeah.
No, this is the story.
No, this is what Name of Austin.
Name of Austin.
Name of Austin.
So someone had to swoop in and help him out. And I said, listen, I'll help you out. I'll take care of the legal issues. Don't you worry about
let
it. And we'll
Papa
get
take
Egg
care of
Busters back
you.
on track.
Papa
So
Egg
now-
Bust.
Came
Egg
in his
Busters.
fancy suit with a briefcase full of money
Egg Busters has
No,
returned.
Sacks with dollar
Uh,
signs
Do you
on
have like a
them.
private jet too?
with
Yes.
his face.
Egg Busters has returned. I worked out all those legal
It's all
factors.
truth from reality.
Now he's back to
Truth
doing the regular Egg Busters
I
show.
can't wait
But
to
now
watch it later.
it's presented by GoNintendo. We've always wanted to work together, and this legal battle with Good Boy made it happen. So now we're partnered up.
So how long has he
Pretty soon
been
we're going to be partnered up in matrimony.
I want to say we've
in
done
love.
how many?
Mhm.
4 episodes.
Gonna
This
get
is the
gay
4th
married.
episode, so 5 weeks because he
Game.
skipped a week.
And I've been
Game
for 7
married?
weeks.
Yeah, but I've been a huge fan
Game
of
with a Y.
Austin's work in general and Egg Busters.
They're gay.
Name of
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah,
Name of Austin.
His name is
exactly.
not necessarily
And
Austin.
Egg Busters as well. I love the series and I love his humor. He's very weird,
So now he
and I
looks
mean
up
that as a
Easter
compliment.
eggs.
but it's like
It's
he
as
speaks
cool
like
as the
Steve Brule.
Penguin's
kind of.
house.
It's in a very charming way.
Yeah.
But he looks
He's
into Easter
adorable,
eggs
and I love
like,
him.
It's like Mythbusters, except instead of myths, they're Easter eggs and games. And he
Well, no,
searches
it's
them out
not
and
just
finds
Easter
them.
eggs because it's
Glitches,
glitches.
yeah,
Buttering
but that's
yourself
kind of
accounting
Eggbuster, maybe.
But yeah,
So
the
good.
point is, let's get Egg Masters happening.
Eggmasters.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna be the collection of
I'll
classic
show you an
Eggbusters.
episode
Is like
after. Oh, I
the
can't.
Eggmasters.
Oh, I guess I could. Yeah.
The
He sounds like a
Eggmasters
charming
collection.
fellow.
Name
He's
of
like
Name of
Egg-
Austin
Austin
presents
Egg-
the Eggmasters
Austin
collection.
Master?
Out of like everybody I've met in the game industry in various avenues, he's definitely one of my
I'm glad
favorites.
you
He's
heard
super
it,
friendly,
at least.
super nice, and I honestly really, really, really love his videos. I love the idea of checking out glitches and seeing if he can reproduce them, but I also love his humor because he's just real funny. I don't know. He's
You're
very
the one who
unique.
admit it.
Very, oh yeah,
I feel bad for him
definitely
with the
love
whole good boy scenario, but
I took care of it.
it worked out for everyone.
Yeah. You would not believe how much money they were losing on their movie once he started Good Boy Show. I'll show you the graph.
Must have
He's
been
got a whole
hundreds.
video about it. I'll have to show you the videos. They're
Must have
pretty
been
funny.
hundreds.
All right.
Wait, you're in the video too about seeing
Him and I. So when we announced the partnership, we both made our own videos, and I am in his video. So I did a piece for his video, and that's the one to announce it on Go. Or no. All right. Let me start this again.
That was to be Eggmaster.
He did a video for
Eggmaster.
GoNintendo, and I introduced it. And he also did a video for his YouTube channel to explain what's going on. So there's 2 videos about it.
That's
But
why
I am in one of them.
One is real, one is fictitious.
Well, Raw Meat did one from Up in his chopper.
I did one for my chopper, yeah,
Oh yeah.
which you will see in the video. All right, let's get to some Nintendo
Go, go,
news.
go.
Yay!
Yes, this is my favorite
Go
part.
Nintendo.
Yeah, so he made the intro for the new videos too for GoNintendo, and it's just like my crudely drawn head singing GoNintendo basically, but in the theme of Eggbusters. I'll just show it to you. Everything's weird, but it's great. All right, let's do Nintendo news. Mr. Miyamoto talked about Star Fox Zero, which we know is coming out this April, and he
That's
talked
not
about
that far away, fellas and ladies.
That
I
is
know.
the next month.
He talked about how he's aiming to bring in new players and also tweaking difficulty and controls for those players as well. And also dealing with some of the criticism that came out of E3 with people saying the controls were too difficult. So on new players, he says, we recognize that there are probably going to be younger kids who are playing Star Fox for the first time with Star Fox Zero. And maybe this will be their first action game. So we feel we've designed the game in a way that it will be welcoming to those new users and help introduce them to this style of action genre. At the same time, we also feel the game is going to be a lot of fun for people to play in the living room with other people in the household, in particular with the co-op mode, and also with the very simple shooting style of gameplay that's in Star Fox Guard, which is the supplemental game that's included on its own disc. We think it'll be a great way to introduce people who maybe aren't as good at this action style gameplay to the fun of Star Fox. Star Fox is
So many years of radio science, you get 2 Star Fox games. One is
well, there's a Star Fox game on not on the Wii but on the DS. There's Star Fox Command,
Star Fox Command.
and then on 3DS had Star Fox 64 remade. You got that right? Star Fox 64 3D.
Oh, on the 3DS.
3DS, yeah.
How about Star Fox new 3DS 3D phase game?
How
Well,
about
no, I don't have a.
How
I
come
don't
there's
have a
no
3DS.
augmented reality Star Fox game where you fly around your living room?
And also,
how would you fly? What do you want?
why is it we can't play the original Star Fox on the Wii U or any new system now?
Nintendo is not happy with how emulation reproduces what the Super FX chip did, so they're very
That's so weird.
picky about it. So no
Okay.
Super FX chip games are on the
Okay.
Virtual Console. That's why when Yoshi's Island got re-released,
Yeah.
it was the GBA version.
Oh,
So
that is disappointing.
yeah,
I didn't even know there
it
was
can
a
play on
Switch.
emulation. We know it can play on emulation, and it's not perfect, but Nintendo doesn't want to put it out there like that. Because I don't like the GBA version of Yoshi's Island
Yeah,
because the sound isn't as good.
Yeah.
The visuals are a little crappier, but yeah, I want to play the Super Nintendo one. Makes me angry. And then he talks about difficulty, blah,
You're
blah,
sitting
blah.
with your back to the camera. That's really not nice.
Bad blocking.
They tweaked the controls, like I said, after E3 because people were having trouble with it. And like I was saying, Star Fox Guard,
Wait till this guy gets his
I'm
hands on
excited.
it.
Project Guard has been transformed into Star Fox Guard. So now, like I said, that's included in the package on its own disc, or you can get it from the eShop if you want.
Oh,
You can read the rest at your own leisure. If you want detailed explanation onto how the controls were changed and all that jazz. But you guys saw impressions from various outlets recently. It seems like the controls were definitely changed for the better. First comment comes from MeReal, and he says, "Thank you, Mr. Miyamoto, for crafting another bold, creative, new experience. This sounds so fun. Screw the naysayers. This game is going to rock." Star Fox always has problems attracting people because, you know, it's giant animals flying around in space. And
Really, I would have thought something like that would attract
not in
a lot of
today's
a
market.
certain kind of people.
Well, for as vocal as the furry community is, they are not like
Or other
huge.
kin.
Let's like look at that's true. Like look at
Lest we forget the other kin.
the first-person shooter market versus the furry video game market. There's definitely going to be a bigger market for first-person shooters.
Yeah, I guess so.
First-person furry games.
Miyamoto also talked about Project
Furry is
Giant
person.
Robo,
First person.
which was the other game that was shown at E3. So Project Guard got turned into Star Fox Guard. But what's going on with Project Giant Robo? Mr. Miyamoto says,
What is Project Giant Robo?
I just said
What is
what it was.
Project Giant Robo?
All right, so at E3 last year, Nintendo had 2 Wii U gamepad demos that
Yeah.
weren't tied to any property.
I vaguely remember this.
One of them was called Project Guard, which was your TV screen is 12 different camera views, and
like security guard.
are all 12? Yes. And then on the gamepad screen, you touch which camera you want to switch to because you're trying to stop these robots from getting into the space and stealing stuff.
And this became
Star Fox Guard.
So it's the same thing where it's multi screens and
Yes. But now they gave it the Star Fox makeover. And again, this is included on its own disc if you buy the retail version, or you can get it separately on the eShop. And then there was Project Giant Robot, which was you use the gamepad motion controls and stuff to stomp around as a giant robot and fight other robots and knock them, like Pacific Rim. Think like Pacific Rim.
Right.
So people were asking what happened to that since Project Guard is now Star Fox Guard, and he says, Project Giant Robot was something we started as a second project, and unfortunately we haven't yet decided to turn that into a full game. So it's not dead, but they aren't quite sure what they're doing with it yet. So
these project games, are you kidding me? Project Robot, Project Hammer.
Somebody said that. They're like, I hope this doesn't go away in Project Hammer.
Project Hammer had so much potential for a game where the controller was like a handle of a hammer.
I know.
All right, Lou.
Well, what was that game called? Malice? The Girl with the Hammer? Did you play that when it came to Wii? No.
Forgot all about that.
Malice.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was called, right?
Like
I believe
Alice.
What was the game about the big hand that spanked people? Wasn't there a game about a big hand that spanked people?
Is that God Hand?
Is that a dreaming hand?
God Hand is about a hand. There's also another game by Treasure that was on the PS2 about a big hand that came out of a girl's head. You could like manipulate boobies with it.
Wait, was this released in the US?
God Hand never spanked anyone?
Yeah, and I bought it. I don't remember if there's spanking in No More Heroes. That might be what you remember.
In God Hand, all I remember is like nut kicks.
Yes,
Like lots and
that's
lots of
exactly
nut
what I
kicks.
remember.
Like this big hand like coming up and just like spanking you like out of nowhere. Like, oh!
How long ago was this?
Well, I can't really say.
Chicken 008 says the idea looked way too simple to be a
Hey?
standalone project. Maybe a free-to-play release would be best. I could see it as a minigame in a future release. Well, Chicken 08, maybe they'll take your comments to heart and do as you say.
Oh,
So Malice was a game that was on Xbox and PlayStation 2, and you're getting on me for that?
It came to Wii.
Doesn't show that here.
I could have swore it came to Wii eventually.
So
it was originally a project shown as like an
know
Xbox tech
nothing about
demo,
it.
and it took a million years to come out. It's supposed to show off the power of the
Pardon
Xbox,
me.
and then it ended up going on to a Sony system too. And then I thought it went to Wii. G-Mats are...
So you're upset that I didn't buy some
No, it's a game about a hammer.
some port to the Wii, even if it did come to the Wii?
Hammer motion controls, and you didn't get it.
It doesn't seem like anybody got it, because it doesn't seem like it ever came to anybody.
I could be wrong. G-Man started said Project Hammer burned most of the NST money. That yeah, if you want to really see what happened with Project Hammer,
What's
there's
NST? Nintendo
software
software.
teenagers.
Teenagers.
Yeah, all good
Today's-
teenagers. If you really want to see the mess that happened with Project Hammer, it caused a huge rift inside Nintendo, and a lot of trouble came from it. There's an excellent video done by, I want to say I'm going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
I think it's Unseen 64, but I'm probably wrong. But there's an excellent video that came out like only a couple months ago all about it. So, Yes, not only did the game not come out, it caused a lot of trouble inside Nintendo. Europe, this week's downloads. What did Combo Meal says NSC stands for Nintendo Sex Toy, by the way. This week's European downloads. What did Wii U and 3DS get? It is Unseen 64. Thank you, Chris Rowe. PC, what's going on there? Having trouble?
What?
It's like the 4th time I've seen you join the channel.
Yeah, and then I keep getting text messages, and then I'm trying to answer. Listen, with that judgmental hashtag, don't give me that look.
What came out on Wii U in Europe for digital download? Bless you.
Bless you.
There's another one.
Pumpkin tournament.
Round 2?
Or where that came from.
You talked about it. Now it's not coming out.
What?
Uh-oh. Now that sin staying in your
I was waiting
nose.
for you. Pokken tournament, not Pokken, because it's not Pokemon. Pokken tournament came out. That is the Pokemon fighting game that is like Tekken, but not like Tekken, but still kind of like Tekken. We had our review of it this week. It is surprisingly really good. It's a lot of fun. It's really nice to look at. It's good for like pick up and play, but it's also deep if you really want to learn like all the various mechanics. It's like
deep.
Like imagine like a Tekken or a Street Fighter or a Mortal Kombat, but put Pokemon in there. It really is that deep. It has a lot of like combos and advanced tactics and stuff like that. So
does it have combo breakers?
Yeah, it does, but they're not called combo breakers. They're called cancels. I think that all the other fighting games call them cancels.
Yeah, combo breakers.
Paranautical Activity is available. This is a classic FPS action game with roguelike elements and procedurally generated levels. A test of your precision, skill, and reflexes awaits. Mutant Mud Super Challenge. Now remember, that came out not just in North America, but also in Europe, and it came out same day because Renegade Kid loves you that much. You can get it on Wii U. You can get it on a 3DS. You can get it for cheaper if you downloaded it during the Nindies at Home event, so you can get a discount on that. And also, if you buy the 3DS version, you get the Wii U version for free. Or if you buy the Wii U version, you get the 3DS version for free. So you can buy it for whatever system you want and then give the code to a friend so they can play it as well.
That's real sweet. I did that with Conditioner recently.
Over 40 levels filled with malicious mutant muds. Blah, blah, blah. If you played the first one, you know what this game is like, except it's very, very, very hard.
Malicious.
Malicious.
Delicious, malicious muds.
New 3DS got F-Zero and Super Mario Kart, the Super Nintendo games. So if you have a new 3DS, you can get those on a virtual console. All 3DS owners, no matter what it is, including 2DS, gets Mutant Mud Super Challenge, like I just said. Petite Novel Series, Harvest December, got a demo. Petite Novel Series.
Tiny novel.
Harvest December is a collection of 13 stories set in a small snowy town of Takami. Follow Masaki Kono, a teenager prone to falling into sticky situations through his last year of high school. Each month is a new story that connects and leads up to the final installment. Perfect December. Sometimes heartwarming, sometimes violent, sometimes comical, often mystical.
Sorry for that witch cackle.
Tagami is known to be a land where a god resides. That's how the description ends.
All this stick everywhere.
So we call the hook. Gets you in there and drags you.
Well, like I said, now it's a free demo.
Free demo.
3DS themes. Would you like a 3DS theme? You could get the Winter and Santopia theme.
Winter's over.
Here you go.
Today's the first day of spring, right?
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
that's why it's snowing tomorrow.
That's why we're heading to Rita's.
Wait, I thought it was the 21st was the first.
F
Ice
Rita's
cream.
in its stupid A.
Whoa.
Has the Queen arrived?
Oh, shovel!
Give her a call.
Oh my God!
Now hold on.
Is the Queen really
I
here?
know.
That would be so
I
great.
know Kirby's a big fan, so please calm down. Kirby, on your 3DS, you can get the Winx Music and Magic, dancing to the rhythm of the magic.
You really had me
theme.
excited for a second.
Wait a minute.
How about this one, Mom?
Rhythm
Is that like
of the
Gloria
magic.
Stefan?
You know who Miffy is, right?
Rhythm's gonna get you.
Miffy?
Mom, Brain.
Miffy, wow. She's a cartoon character. She's the
I
little
like how
bunny.
the whole reaction was not answering to saying what and then singing Miffy.
She's like this little cartoon bunny, but there's like
Yes.
nothing to her. She's like
Yes.
just very simple lines.
Well, on your 3DS, you
Like
can get
Hello
the.
Kitty.
There is no picture. On 3DS, you can get the
Looking her up.
Miffy and Stars by Mercy theme. You can get the
Miffy.
Miffy and Ducks by Mercy theme. You get the Miffy and Sun theme. There's also 5 Blast 'em Bunnies theme, which is not related to Miffy, but it's funny that it's in there.
Sounds
Our friends at Way
inappropriate.
Forward have put out the Mighty Switch Force theme and the Shantae Pirate theme on 3DS, as well as the
girlfriend, Shantae.
Roddy Top themes. Here's a real blast from the past for almost all of us. You might be too young. I don't know. That's not meant in a negative way. See, I couldn't even get it out before you started complaining. It was an honest comment. On the 3DS, you can get a Maya the Bee theme.
Maya.
Do you know what Maya the
For
Bee
those
is?
of you who used to watch Nick Jr.
Very like I
How you spell
watched it in my youth.
MYA.
M-A-Y-A.
MAYA.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maya the Bee has a
MAYA.
new show, like a computer-generated show, so I'm sure it's based on that. The theme is there. Then
Nailed
special
it.
deals on a whole bunch of jazz.
Guys, I'm so good at singing.
Did you know Netflix is bringing back Danger Mouse?
I hear about that actually. Isn't like Stephen Fry supposed to
Yes,
be in
I
it?
saw a trailer for it.
Or no,
This
it's
is how it looks.
Stephen Merchant.
It looks like this.
Wait a
Like
minute. This
balloons
is,
in my
Looks really good,
Maya
yeah.
the Bee used to be a thing?
Oh yeah.
Because I think I saw
when we
a
were
movie.
kids, Nickelodeon showed it.
I think I saw a movie with Maya the Bee movie, and I thought it was just like a cheap.
Yeah, see, that's the new Maya.
A cheap sequel to the Bee movie with Jerry Seinfeld.
No, Maya has been around before all of it.
But look, the animation that they're choosing then is looks like the same. It's a sequel of the Jerry Seinfeld movie.
Yes, they're obviously like
I
B
played-
movie.
I played
and
the
it's like
video
a play
game.
on like B movie.
I didn't see the movie, but I played the video game, which had the story from the movie, so I felt like I saw the movie.
B movie?
And I hated all of it.
That was like
we
real
watched it in
cheesy,
art
right?
class.
And it was always
on,
like the same thing of him
substitute
going
days.
Fly
like,
down
"Whoa!"
Yeah.
When I was like a
Whoa!
senior in high school.
What is the deal?
Nintendo 2 Cop says.
I'm a bee.
Nintendo 2 Cop says the swindle is all that's really left for me to buy. I wouldn't touch Pokken Tournament with a 10-foot pole. Well,
That's your.
that's it. And
that's
then
your-
a comment. Yes,
What
then a
about my
conversation starts.
girlfriend?
The Swindle, yeah, that's a Wii U game I really want to play, and I haven't yet. A university professor / game developer says that he thinks Nintendo's going to work on some VR stuff.
Everyone's gonna work on some.
This is
VR.
Carnegie Mellon University professor and game designer Jesse.
Mm-mm.
What just happened? We just disconnected.
Is it still recording?
The show stopped recording. The regular podcast stopped recording. No. Oh, this is excellent. Well, the live show is still live.
I'll take the blame for that. I was looking up Maya the Bee Rule 34.
Now, see, I wasn't. Were you really?
I did, but nothing came up.
I
I mean, there's
did.
like web pages, but not just images.
I mean, I wasn't doing anything.
I
with
joined
the stuff.
about 3 sites, but
My
nothing yet.
bee porn just killed the show.
The best part is,
Papa needs bee porn.
the best part is it
Papa
won't
needs
even
is
let
my
me.
queen.
Pulled out my pistol.
It won't let me do anything. I can't
Right.
copy. I
That-
can't save. I can't export.
That's a part of a flower, right? The pistol.
Right, that's the
Yeah.
Right.
releases the pollen into the air.
And today is.
Pollinating.
Mom, no.
Oh my God, I was driving down the street.
You got pollinated on?
It was on 78,
That's
and there's like this little bridge.
Yeah,
Like the
Old
woods are
Street
kind of
78.
I grew up on
So-
78.
the woods are kind of thinned out because it's
That's where I
end of
live.
winter or whatever. And there was like this weird little covered bridge, or not covered bridge, just like a little bridge over a stream that I never saw before.
And it was a ghost.
No,
Pardon me.
covered in goats.
Covered in ghosts?
There was like 10
Covered
or
in
15
ghosts.
goats.
Covered in ghosts.
Like on the
Down
bridge?
78, and
They were
there
crossing the bridge. There was a troll into the bridge, right? Isn't that the Three
Probably.
Nanny Goats Gruff?
Right.
No, it's
Dozen-
Billy Goat's Grove.
I mean, Billy Groats.
Billy
Groats.
Groats. Billy
Billy
Scroats.
Scroat.
Billy Scroats.
Billy Scroat's rough.
Well, I don't even know what to.
Scroats.
I don't know what to do. Now.
Let's
Don't
go
say
get
That
anything.
boy-
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I don't know.
Boom.
I don't know what to do.
Eat
Well, I
pizza
guess
rolls, maybe?
I'll deal with it later off the YouTube
Oh.
video. What are you gonna do? That's fun to look forward to. Well, anyway,
So you're gonna pull the audio off the YouTube video then?
yeah, I've done it before. I'll have to
Well,
do it again.
are you sure you don't want to just take a minute and
Yeah, because now the microphone's not working correctly.
Just a moment.
do you want one of us to record it like on?
You don't have any microphones plugged in? No, I'll just pull it from. I'm using this audio, so
Why you
it's
gotta-
still the regular audio.
Flick it off there. That's weird.
Sorry.
2 fingers, remember?
Anyway.
Disney way.
This professor says by 2022, the majority of VR revenue will be spent on portable, self-contained VR systems that are not mobile or PC VR. Imagine if you strapped a DS to your face. It's like that. Or imagine if the Virtual Boy
Hot.
didn't suck. There'll be gaming devices and won't have cords all over the place. I would bet Nintendo is working on one. Well, we will see.
I'm afraid of the future.
You always are.
I'm really kind of content with the way things are right now. I'm actually content maybe 10 years ago, before we had cell phones, and it was like, oh, hey, Kirby, how you doing? I'm going to text you across the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too much distraction.
But I mean,
here.
how else would you talk about us behind our backs at the table if you weren't texting?
Do I
us?
That's what
that?
I do with all of you.
I don't think you do.
Vigilante Blade has the first comment, and he says, that would be the end of Nintendo for me. I cannot physically handle VR.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, I feel like VR is going to make me harsh everywhere.
Well, I am
Yeah.
If I
placing
can
a
handle
pre-order
Harry Potter.
for PlayStation VR, which comes out in October.
But then
I'm
again,
gonna barf all over your living
same
room.
problem that we were
No
talking
one's
about
barfing in my
when
new living room.
they need
I'm
that
gonna barf
Nintendo on video. It's like
everywhere.
somebody's getting the
They immediately walk into
virtual
someone's
reality
home.
experience, and
Clip you outside
no
to
one's-
like a post.
no one can enjoy that with you.
Katie's
Well,
tucking
that's
herself
why
out
Nintendo's
out
not-
there.
It makes it a complete
That's why
isolated activity.
That's why Nintendo hasn't been too keen on it. But the PlayStation VR isn't like that. Like, yes, there are games that are just single player that you're meant to play by yourself, but there's also games that are asymmetric multiplayer, like Nintendo does with the Wii U gamepad. So people will be doing stuff on the TV, and you're the one example that Sony shows.
Like you're
is,
searching through something while everyone else is.
Well, one example that they
together.
show is everybody has like a regular PlayStation controller, minus the guy wearing the VR thing, and everybody on TV is trying to throw like, I don't know, balls at there, and the person with the VR thing is the giant monster, and you're looking at them throwing stuff at you, and you're dodging in real life with the helmet. So,
I feel
That
like
doesn't
it's-
sound
I'm
like
just
a
gonna
real
barf.
game. That sounds like a party game.
well, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a collection of
but
party
like,
games.
what about like other immersive experience? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird.
I'm wondering
It's
how
like-
this Rift.
I've never done anything.
Ever.
I mean, like, how many? I was going to ask how many of the projects are you aware of? Because I think there's games that do
Zero.
what you. Yeah, that's what. I think there's games that do what you want them to do. Just.
But we're
you are
also
unaware
moving
of
more
them.
towards multiplayer, LAN-based or internet-based multiplayer rather than local multiplayer.
Yeah, I'd say we're there. We've been there for a while. Local
But
multiplayer is something
we're
you gotta
moving
fight for
farther
now.
and farther and farther away from local
From each
multiplayer.
other.
I know, and Nintendo likes local multiplayer.
Yeah, but nobody
Yeah,
else
yeah,
does.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
yeah.
God, I don't know. It's separating people.
The Professor
I'm
Layton.
saying I
Layton-
like things
Well,
the way
there's
they
a bunch
kinda
on the
were
table.
more.
There's
Like,
some
maybe
Well,
right
he's
now.
saying he's a curmudgeon and he's
Or-
afraid of the future.
Or the way they are now with
Anytime
Nintendo.
soon.
I don't necessarily need them cool.
For the most part,
Yes.
I just
I think
want
there should be
more games that I want to
Guys, we have sad news. The puzzle creator for the Professor Layton series has passed away. Akira Tago. He was 90 years old. He has
Well, I
now. He's
90
now
is a
left
good
us.
run.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. And he was working right up
that's-
until.
And
I hope
he-
he enjoyed.
He kicked the bucket
Just worked
due
through.
to some form of pneumonia. So it wasn't just like
Damn, pneumonia gets the best of them.
natural causes.
Um,
So he left us, but he didn't leave us until he gave us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of crazy, awesome puzzles.
they were done with Professor Layton, or were they working on one last one?
Done. They're done.
They were done.
Yeah, they are done.
So there's
They've
the-
been done. They did the
gave
spin-off
his
with
last
Phoenix Wright.
What's that?
They
Oh,
did a spin-off with
right.
Phoenix Wright. But yeah, they're done. Then they did the new mobile game Layton Brothers, which was a different kind of game. It
Dirty
involves
game?
some puzzles, but it's more like a.
Is it like Honey Pop? But
Yes,
like,
it's exactly like
Man?
Honey Pop. Yep. Well, I don't know if it's on the English store or not. I don't think it is. I think it only released in Japan. Chef has the first comment. He says, "Wow, it's really sad to hear really sad to hear this. The Professor Layton games were my favorite."
Aw.
Well, there could still be another one, but yes, unfortunately, it won't have. Well, it could still have his puzzles because he was doing those puzzles long before Professor Layton existed, which is what inspired the games in the first place. What else we got? Congratulations is in order for the 3DS.
oh,
Wait, I'm sorry. Old 3DS, new 3DS, 3DS.
3DS in general. 2DS, 3DS, new
Hey,
3DS, new 3DS XL, 3DS XL, doesn't matter.
Okay, what's up?
see,
In
popping
the
up chat.
2014 to 2015 year,
Going back now. Taking it back.
well, we don't have 2015 to 2016 yet.
How do you like add people in it? How would you like?
It
how
sold
would I
how
do
many
like
millions?
a hey?
You guys, I'm trying to
Sorry.
tell you
You
facts
just
here.
type my name.
Okay. Trying to
The
learn.
3DS boasted the fastest growing gaming platform viewership on Pornhub. Yes.
Oh.
Compared to the year prior, the 3DS had 18.9% more Pornhub viewers than any other gaming platform. That includes PlayStation platforms and the Vita, Xbox platforms, and the Wii as well. So Wii and the 3DS were both up for that year. Wii was up 7. Wii was up 7.
Wii was up that year.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
We was rock hard.
Wii was up 7.7%. 3DS was up 18.9%. And PlayStation platforms were up 17.5%. So 18.9% higher than it was the year before. So people are watching porn on their 3DS. Now the question is, why?
They can't afford a computer.
Because their parents won't let them keep a laptop in their bedroom.
There's one of the answers.
One
yes.
it got taken away after that weird thing.
Little kids are doing it because their parents, A, won't let them have a laptop, or B, don't even know the 3DS can go online.
I didn't know that. Because I'm a nana.
Well, see, there you go, old lady. Go back to your radio. Or
Shut up! I'm gonna Twitter.
there's an FM now.
Or they watch the porn and then they close up that clamshell like device
Over their
and
penis.
utilize it.
There's
What a
nothing I
terrible
heard.
feeling
Yeah.
job.
Slap some lunch meat in there and go to
Ew!
Man, you know, I wrote this article.
We're gonna need another pound of ham.
Guys,
We're gonna need another ham to pound.
Pimento loaf.
I wrote this article and I listed a whole bunch of ideas that I thought of for why the 3DS viewership was going up, but that was not one of them.
put some deli meat in it.
And some people were saying it could also be because of browser attacks. If you're on a more traditional platform, you get a lot of pop-ups and stuff on that. And since the 3DS is online,
mom's
it's a
in
little
your
more
area
rudimentary.
looking to hump.
You can just get right down to your porn, and you don't have to worry about
That's
that.
what
other
you
stuff.
That's what I've heard.
They
from
don't have
friends.
3D porn available on the 3DS.
That's another reason I bet people were watching it, because they're like, "Oh, I can watch porn in 3D," but you can't. G-Man Sir, who's in the chat and has first comment, and the top-rated comment says, "Sorry about that. My phone had no battery. It was an emergency." That's another one. Yeah. Oh, my phone's dead, and I needed to watch porn.
Probably
Why-
jerking it to
why
aren't
Daisy
the kids just
porn.
using their
His secret
phones?
fetish.
No one's looking for Daisy.
He is. I have him figured out. He's so in love with her that it's turned into rage, and he has to take it out on me.
So there
I
you
got
go.
you figured out, buddy.
If there's any parents
I think
listening to the
Daisy might
podcast, now you know your kids are looking at porn on the 3DS, so go stop them or
What'd you
go
say,
encourage them.
I said,
Yes, everything okay here?
Whatever She
Rebellion.
says to me sounds so rude.
I know, right?
I was
Very
waiting for
rude
an
person.
explanation, and then it was
I
just.
was waiting for your tone to change.
Never. It's never going to change.
All
Like I
said,
said, that's why I had to preface that one
yeah.
that one comment before I could even get it out. I knew she was going to take offense to it.
All I said was, I think Daisy might have spurned him.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Well,
Okay.
And Keeman has something more
Keeman Sir is in the
aggressive
chat
than I
right now, and
planned.
he's giving the answer as to why he doesn't like Daisy. He says Daisy looks like a man.
Yeah, Manny has sexual fantasies about.
Hi, I'm Daisy. Rebellion
Hi, I'm
says,
Daryl. I mean Daisy.
says they're unsure if they're going to support the NX because they don't know what it is or what it does yet.
Who?
Rebellion? Look them up.
Oh, come on, just tell me.
I have to listen. This show's
I don't
already screwed
come
up as it is.
I don't come here to work.
This is Rebellion CEO Jason Kingsley. He says, Nintendo are brilliant. They're a fabulous company, and I love them. I always feel they're quite eccentric. They come up with some incredible hardware. Even the Virtual Boy back in the day was really intriguing, and then the clamshell design of their handhelds. Well, isn't that convenient that that came up? To be honest, I just don't know whether Rebellion will support the NX.
Twins.
The only way I can answer this question is when we know what the machine is, and we'll see, and we'll have a look.
Hey, I'm Michelle.
I've always loved Nintendo. I love their games, and I love their hardware. I know no more about the NX than you do, so we'd be purely speculating. If it's something that will run our games, and if it isn't some weird wobble balance thing or something that's totally irrelevant to what we're doing, then if we can, and there's a way to market it, if there's a commercial opportunity, then we definitely want to capitalize on that. I can't say yes. I can't say no at this stage because I don't actually know what the accountant it out because they have no idea what it is yet. So,
Do you know the games that they make?
no.
Is it frigid and stuff?
It's DRF.
I think I'm dying from
It's
all that.
unloading.
Because
Tanner
I-
Jr. says,
Being outside for
honesty
so long.
without entitlement.
Chill.
Refreshing.
I tried to turn up the heat dump, but this one turned it down.
Sniper Elite games?
Yeah, they did Sniper Elite for
Pretty
the
much
Wii
all
U.
that zombie army. So
They did Sniper Elite for the Wii U. V2 for the Wii U, V3, I don't remember.
Alien vs. Predator.
WarioWare Touched is available as a 3DS download for My Nintendo members. Why is that notable? Because this marks the first time that a DS game is available to download on the 3DS. We know DS games are available to download on the Wii U, but we haven't heard any announcement of DS games coming to the 3DS. And like I said, this is part of a My Nintendo reward. So that's Nintendo's new, what's the word I'm looking for? Their new rewards service, which isn't available yet here. It's coming here soon, should be later this month, but it has officially launched in Japan. So that was listed in the rewards section. BPC 908 says best WarioWare next to Smooth Moves. Man, is Smooth Moves great? It's my favorite one. Sure wish I could play it. Sure wish I could play it, Kirby.
Here we go.
It's been years. Hey guys, guess how many Pokemon games
12
in total have been sold?
400 million.
400 million, says PC. Price is Right rules as always.
Wait, are we talking worldwide?
Worldwide, baby.
Oh boy. I'm going with 600.
600 million.
600 million and one.
600 million and one. True Price is Right rules.
I'll say 400 million and one.
Oh, man. You all overbid.
Overbid.
279 million various Pokemon games have been sold.
They gotta get their game on.
What's the deal?
That
They
is
gotta
an
work harder.
insane number. The main line.
Not as insane as 500 million and one
No.
Yeah, I don't know if those are really Pokemon.
or
numbers.
600. What did we say?
Here's the really interesting
What's
part.
the difference?
The mainline Pokemon games alone have sold 210 million units.
Ding dang!
So that's just mainline Pokemon titles.
The
Then when you
mean,
count,
not
like, Pokemon-
Mystery Dungeon,
You got
and
it.
Mystery Dungeon Tour, or whatever. What's it called?
Pokemon Snap, Hey You Pikachu,
The Pokemon
I have a
Mystery
question.
Dungeon
Pokken Tournament.
Tour
Yes.
is
Has there
coming
been
to
any
you.
progress in getting Danny DeVito to voice Pikachu in the Detective Pikachu
Well, that game hasn't even been announced for here yet, so we don't know of any progress if there is any. But I
I
would
know
say
there's an
no.
online petition.
Is that the
I've
same
seen
yellow
that.
as
And I know
Always
Nintendo
Sunny in
doesn't.
Philadelphia
Yeah,
and
online
Pikachu?
petitions
attention
don't really
to
work,
petition.
though.
Azrialis says, for a second I thought this was in currency and couldn't believe such a low number. No, it's in units.
Units sold.
It's in Unix.
North America, this week's downloads. Wii U got Pokken Tournament. 3DS got Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Remember, that's just 3DS right now. The Wii U one is coming later. Wii U and 3DS got Mutant Mud's Super Challenge. The Wii U Virtual Console got Dig Dug 2. Who wants to hear the story to Dig Dug 2?
There was a Dig Dug 2.
Yeah, let me tell you the story, which is even weirder. Dig Dug has decided to take a vacation on a remote island, but the Puka and Figar won't give him the chance. In each round, clear out enemies by inflating them until they burst or digging up traps for them to fall into. But be careful that you don't get too close to their attacks or fall into your own traps.
Mhm.
City Connection is available. That's the car driving NES game.
You should, like, if you're on vacation somewhere, where does he go to vacation?
An island,
I
a
don't think
remote
it's-
island.
He should be like digging down, and then he accidentally floods his own tunnels and stuff.
It can
from,
happen.
like, water.
It can happen.
Is that in the original games?
Flooding from water? I don't know.
Because you're on an
I don't
island.
remember that in the first Dig
I
Dug.
got
You know, so that doesn't that make sense. 3, here we come. Am I right?
There might be a 3 already.
Dig dug dang.
New DLC is available for
Dig
Fire.
Dug
Did you get
4?
Fire
There
Emblem
it is.
Fates yet?
No, not yet.
Fire Emblem Fates
Fire
new
Emblem
DLC is available. This is the
Show me
Royal
your Fire Emblem face.
What?
This is the Royal Royale DLC. It's a new map that you can get for $250. There's also a map pack 1 you can get. New 3DS themes include the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Light and Twilight theme on your 3DS. And finally on Wii U is Bird Mania Party, and also you host
I
that.
love birds.
That
Was that the game show one?
yes, that we talked about. Yeah, we haven't
You
tried it
host.
yet, so I
You
kind of want to
host.
try it
I would also like to try that. Perhaps
and load it
we
up
could
with
try it
questions
together.
just about us.
just me and you. Nobody else.
First comment comes from Guy Bonds, and he says, "I'm excited for Pokken. Hope there's some DLC Pokemon. This pokes my nipples." Very good. Very good, sir. All right, so the biggest rumor of the week, obviously, and you know rumors have been pretty true lately. I'd say good 80% of them have turned out true. we had a leak come out of a potential prototype
Oh, you saw that.
for the NX controller.
I didn't see
And this
it.
prototype lines up very nicely with one of the patents that Nintendo put out. Now the question is somebody faking this and they made the device look like what it looks like in the patent, or is this the real deal? So we have there's a couple pictures of it, and we've been scouring the internet and talking to people and looking at other research to see the chances of this being likely or not, if it's true or not, and I've been keeping you guys updated. So first off, our friends at Destructoid looked at the picture in Photoshop to see if it's been through a lot of Photoshop processes, and to their surprise, it doesn't look like it has been. There's not a lot of telltale signs that the image has been faked. There's a few lighting anomalies, but nothing out of like the ordinary, nothing insane, and especially nothing like you'd expect to see from an image that was faked. So that's one point to say that it might not be fake. Also, there's an image on the controller, and someone found out that that image comes from the Unreal Engine 4 mobile demo trailer, which people were saying, oh, now you know where it's from, it's fake. But that doesn't indicate that it's fake. We could just be seeing the device running that to show that that's the tech that it can handle. Again, we don't know. And there's another update that I didn't post on the site. There's a user over at NeoGAF who apparently is very much in the know with this kind of stuff, and has been multiple times over a very long period of time, multiple years. And they've become trusted by that that group of people. So, you know, the NeoGAF crew can be pretty rough. They trust this guy. And this guy has been cryptically talking about it and basically saying someone's going to get in trouble, which would indicate that there's something to be believed
That's
here.
a really, if that's true, if that's real, that's like a really strange viewing window for playing a game, isn't it?
Well, it depends. I don't know. Like your hands are held, but
Yeah, that's just like a weird,
and also worth pointing out, it doesn't have like tactile buttons.
like shoulder. No, there's a shoulder button.
Well, I mean on the screen, like there's no face buttons.
Excuse me.
See, that's also.
You can see that it says there's a
Which
B
one gets
button
it?
underneath the right joystick, but that would be a touchscreen button.
But
But then that goes
right, and then there's other like the strange arrows to say like this is right, this is left. That doesn't make sense to me.
But that also goes with the discussion of haptic feedback for a controller, because you could use the haptic feedback to register when you press a button. So like you would actually get a feeling from pressing the button rather than just hitting a touch screen and not feeling anything.
Yeah.
So
It's
again,
also, I don't understand the image that's on there, if that's a reflection or if that's an image that's supposed to be on like a game or something.
I just told you what that was.
Oh,
It comes from the Unreal Engine 4 mobile demo trailer.
Okay, sorry.
But the lighting in it, yeah, was a little suspect. But that's why Detoid put it through the Photoshop to see if there's any anomalies, and they didn't find anything notable. Basically, they didn't find any telltale signs that show that this image was fake.
You keep saying Telltale. Is that
That's
like
a hint, yeah.
they're making games for this?
Yeah, I see that
Confirmed.
there's buttons, Zero Skill 3D, but that's my belief is that they're not physical buttons. They are just outlined as buttons on the touchscreen. Now, again, a lot of people are looking at this and thinking it's fake. I mean, if you just look at the image, yes, the way it's shot, the way it looks, it does seem fake. But other evidence points to the opposite answer right now. So I don't know. There has been no definitive proof that this is fake yet. Nothing 100% proves that this is fake. So I'll leave it up to you guys. You don't know. I don't know. We may never know. We probably won't know for sure until we see Nintendo show.
Is this one of their patent things?
Yes.
It's crazy that it shows that the buttons line perfectly with the fingernails.
Yep.
Do you think that's something that it might be? Like the controller taps into your fingernail?
Saint,
like
no. Saint
protein
made
count or
of
something?
plaster has the top rated comment, and he says the fact that it looks just like the patent is a huge red flag. That's just not how it works in real life. Well, yes, that's true, but it could be a
Except when it
prototype.
does.
It could be a prototype. You know, Nintendo could just be like, this is a working prototype. Here you go. This is a general mock-up of the kind of thing we're going for. Yeah, I know. I saw that. So again, I don't know. We'll see. You know, to tell you the truth, just from the look of it, I thought it was fake. And when I originally posted it, I said, these kind of things hit the internet, and we debate on whether to post them or not on GoNintendo. And I said, this time we're going to post, we're going to mark it as rumor, and we're going to post it so we could openly debate it and discuss it and see if anyone has any, excellent evidence to prove that it is fake. So, like I said, there's been people who said, yeah, it looks fake, but we haven't had anything that has proved it fake or come close to proving it fake. It just looks weird, and people don't like that it looks weird, which is the same thing that happened when I first saw the Wiimote in like Nintendo's first trailer, when I actually showed the device. A split second before I saw it in the trailer, somebody sent me an image of it in my email, and I looked, and I was like, no, this is fake. This can't be the real controller, is it? And then it was. So you never know. Mutant Muds I told you about. What we got here? So, guys, Mitomo launched in Japan.
Oh, yeah, how's it doing?
It was the #1 social networking app on iOS for its launch day, and it's continued to stay at the top, actually.
Oh, good for it.
So it's #1 among social networking apps, and it dethroned Line, which is Japan's hugest social networking app. It's very, very, very popular over there, but Mitomo has managed to beat it and is currently beating it, as far as I know. So that's good. And remember, Mitomo is a free download. It does have microtransactions, but you don't need to take advantage of them if you don't want to. And it also has ties to My Nintendo to get you some coins to buy stuff over there. So you can get Mitomo, connect it to My Nintendo, get some free rewards coins, and buy yourself a game or get a discount on another game, something like that. So it's doing well over there. And again, we should be getting it this month, but we don't have the official date yet. But the service has launched in Japan. It's doing well. Nintendo already put out their first patch to fix an issue with how Twitter things were linked. Somebody's commenting about. All right, Fred Duck has first comment, and he says, so it's a messaging-based app that doesn't do real-time messaging. How is that supposed to compete with Line, a real-time messaging app? Well, now we know. What does reach #1 mean? Isn't that just based on new non-update downloads for the day? In which case, whoopity-doo. People will download anything free to try. However, the app is, to use the lingo, as sticky as a greased bar of soap with a non-stick coating. I don't know what he's saying. Then he quotes Nintendo by saying, Nintendo is seeking to bring back players who migrated away from games on the company's dedicated hardware, such as the Wii and the DS. And he says, by offering them a non-game on non-Nintendo devices, is this supposed to show people what they've been missing? And then people in the comments go on to argue. So if you want to see the argument, go right ahead. Get out of here, CBS.
There's a 3-day sale at Best Buy for laptops.
Think about it.
Well, I mean, I could fix this, or I could get a whole new laptop. Or both. Why not both?
So big.
Nintendo UK is talking about Yokai Watch because that has not launched in anywhere in Europe yet.
Maybe it's Eggmaster's chance to now save you.
Nintendo UK is talking about Yokai Watch because, like I said, that's not available in Europe yet. It's going there. It is available here. So they say they think it has a lot of potential in the West. This is Nintendo UK product manager Remy Van Leeuwen. Sure. It's difficult to say whether or not it will have the same impact in the West, but I definitely think that there's a lot of potential for it, especially working together with the likes of Hasbro and Turner, the TV company. Everyone is going back to back it to its fullest. Because of the nature of yokai and their emotional abilities, it makes it quite easy for kids to relate to them. For instance, there's a yokai called Cheek Squeak, which basically makes people fart. That's been a hit with kids in our research.
Research shows that children love farts.
Research shows kids love farting. One of the other key aspects that will definitely resonate with kids in the UK is the comedy aspect to it. The characters themselves are just funny. And they're quite deep, too. We will be trying to bring that out in our campaign. So I don't know what Yokai Watch is doing here. It doesn't seem like the game is selling all that well. I don't know what the ratings are for the cartoons. So I
enjoyed it that time we watched it.
I've been watching it on and off.
With that little old lady yokai that was giving him like a boner or something in class. What was it?
Yep, that's what the old lady Tattletale does. She gives young children boners.
Really? Just young boys.
No, Tattletale attaches to people's chins. And makes them tell the truth. They can't help but tell the truth.
Oh, but she doesn't give them boners.
No boners, no.
Oh.
Well,
If a
I
kid
mean,
had a boner and was hiding it, he
Then
would
she-
have to say he had a boner.
yeah, she'd attach like a scrote on his chin, and
Does
he'd
a
have to
kid
yell,
actually
"I
get
got a
Homer on the
boner!"
show?
I've played Yokai Watch. There is no yokai yet that makes a kid have a boner.
Yokai
So
boner.
not that I know.
Only kids.
Yokai crotch.
There's a
am I right?
yokai. There's a yokai that makes children have to go to the bathroom, like pee.
I think I remember you telling me that.
Ella
Cheeks squeak!
something? I don't know. And Nintendo UK also talks a little bit about the
Cheeks
3DS in general, and they say 3DS still has a big life ahead of it. There will be a lot of great experiences, and Yokai Watch particularly will help expand it to the kids market. There's more beyond this first title, so there's hardware driving potential. I mean, Yokai Watch has been absolutely massive in Japan. That success so far has not been replicated in North America. Maybe it will happen in Europe. I do not know. We shall see. That's your top stories. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Okay. I started playing Drake's Fortune on the
Uncharted collection.
Uncharted collection on PS4, and yeah, and I actually Nicky Hill knows. I sent him a Snapchat.
Oh my god, when did you send me? I haven't been to Snapchat.
Really?
It hasn't
Oh my
updated.
God.
It hasn't said there's
Well, it was
message
when we were
me.
like, messaging each other back and forth.
Romantically.
I
But
hate Snapchat so much. I
really,
forget
you're
so
on it
much.
like all the time.
Why do you hate Snapchat?
Because I forget things. I'll send something to somebody and then they'll get back to me a day or two later and I'll be like,
Why don't you set it up to make a noise when you get a notification?
No, not that. If I send you a message,
I'm not
if
bad.
I send
you
you a
don't
personal,
respond.
like I've sent a personal message to somebody and I get a message 2 days later where it says ha 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 and I'm like,
Oh no.
God, what did I send them?
Yeah.
Is it that dick pic?
Could've been-
I know what
Oh
you mean.
no, they're laughing.
So you
at
don't
me.
trust your past self to have not said something like
Do you
that?
like?
No, but I
frequently
want to
send
know what,
pictures
they,
of
what
your
I
wank?
said. I don't remember
What
what
do you
I
mean
said.
you want to know? You sent it. How do you not know?
Because I send things and then they're gone the second I send them.
Well,
You
write yourself a
suffer
little
head trauma?
Snapchat note.
Oh,
I
let
guess.
me take a notepad for every single
Screenshot
snap
it.
I send. That's
You
not
know,
real life.
I feel your pain.
Exactly.
I agree.
So what do you do when you're watching a TV show? Like when there's an episode on
I
each
forgot
week,
what
you're like,
happened
what
this week
happened last
ago."
week? I got no idea.
You rewind
whole
it or you
episode.
watch it on your DVR.
That's a whole experience. That's not just caught in the moment.
No, I agree. I wish that there was
I
still
don't-
a record
by the way,
of my
I don't
conversations.
I don't send penis pictures.
Why don't you send your snap to yourself as well?
Let me make it known. I don't send
Oh, then
penis
I'll watch
photos.
and then I'll forget about it.
No, leave it.
How's the game, Kirby?
Oh, right.
Jeez, he told you in Snapchat.
Well, no,
Now we'll
What
never
did you send
know.
me in Snapchat?
all I
Tell
sent you was like all I sent you was like a 5-second video of Nathan Drake standing in the water, and the water was,
Yes.
was bouncy,
Thank you.
and it
was bouncy
reminded me of
water.
your complaint about the Last of Us on PS4.
Same company can't do water.
Exactly, it was like what, like water's too bouncy or something like that.
He was standing there,
Sounds
not
like a
moving
great
at all, and the water's going.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's just like blah, 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 and he's just like standing still.
Well, come on.
Maybe he was
Maybe
just,
if they were
like,
hot
shaking
springs,
his
I could
junk
It was
understand.
around.
Uncharted. Maybe he was farting. Uncharted.
I'm just sure.
Yeah, apparently
Or just like smacking his
Apparently
junk
Drake's
to his
fortune
thighs
is the-
underwater.
I have no legs. I have no legs.
apparently
sorry, Kirby.
yeah, it's okay. Apparently Drake's Fortune is the one that's aged the worst.
Well, it is the
I've heard.
first.
Yeah. I don't know. Looks okay to me.
You know how it goes. First is worst.
But one weird thing is when you shoot guys, they lose like a
They
whole
love it.
they lose like a whole lot of blood at once, and it's like in a huge like solid piece of blood.
Well, back in those days,
I always
It just,
hate
like,
when I
falls
lose
out.
pieces
guys
of
used
blood.
to carry blood in very specific parts of their
Full
body.
pixels. It's like full just blocks of blood.
So yeah,
Oh, dropping blood bricks over here.
so yeah, I'm on like chapter 4 now, I guess.
Of
Drake's Fortune.
Drake's Fortune.
Yes. So
I'm glad you said that because I was going to ruin something.
but I do remember watching you playing that game at your parents' house.
I did play it. I did cry.
You also probably watched
I'd
me
cry.
play it
I think I only
because
remember
I spent
Mhm.
45 minutes.
Crying.
You know when you come down. I'm pretty sure this is so early. You come down the mountain
What's
and
that
it's like the
time?
opening spot, and there's all these pillars and there's guys, and then
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that
Just there.
it took me like probably 45 minutes to 5 hours, somewhere in the middle of me trying to shoot guys, and this guy going like, "What are you doing?" And you're probably yelling at me too.
No,
Yeah,
you're
I only
good.
remember
I'll let you know
Exactly
when I
how
played it
Rolling
myself at
sounds.
home in my own environment. I did much better.
I only remember Rummeat and Do Michaels playing that game.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, if we're
I'm
going to
pretty
remember
thrilled
anybody
about it.
playing Uncharted,
Yeah.
it's definitely Do,
That's all I
because
can think
he was really terrible.
he got so mad.
He was playing this.
He'd run in, guns blazing, and you'd be like, okay,
Never.
maybe you shouldn't do that same thing. And he'd be like, what do you mean? Bah, 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 bah.
And then Vitamin G started making fun of him because we heard the dying noise so much that he started singing the dying noise, so it made him very angry.
So yeah, I'm enjoying the game. What was I gonna say? It's actually kind of refreshing to be playing something that's that linear.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, after
I know
playing
exactly
so many
what
open
you
world
mean.
games.
See, everybody's like, open world, open world, open world. Yeah, sometimes I like just a linear experience.
sometimes
You
it's
get
nice
in,
to have,
and like 12 hours later, you get out.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
things that are scripted that actually.
Yes, like a very specific, like tightly developed, specific path experience.
Yeah,
Whereas
no
open
question.
world has those elements, but you
Yeah.
have a whole bunch of this other crap to get through too.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no
I'm not saying-
question as to like, am I going in the right order? Or
Yeah.
should I have gone here first
Yeah.
to get this device?
I'm not saying open world games are bad. I think the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Choices scare me.
because like if you're playing like Fallout or whatever, you could play for hundreds of hours and literally not touch any of them. So
I saw
It
real life
happens.
Fallout today. It was a man and a German Shepherd that had no leash, and they were walking down my street, like gathering like building supplies, and I was like, "What
It's
the
true.
hell?"
It's
Like
true.
I was just like watching them walk by, and I was like, and the
You were
dog
in a
looked so
video
nice
game.
and friendly, and I was like, "Am I? Is this real? Have I been in a coma this whole time?"
Did you play anything else, Kirby?
I've also still been playing Tomb of the Mask.
Oh, how's that
Tomb of
going?
the Mask. Yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
I'm checking my high score.
What is that? It's a phone game?
Yeah,
It's a phone
it's a game on your phone.
Why do you play on your phone? They
What's
got
mine?
games on phones now.
So yeah, my right now my best is only like 33,405.
What is it? What kind
My
of
mom
game is
just told me her best was 8,800 the other day.
Mine is
I don't know how to describe it.
38,286.
You're going.
Okay, so you got me.
It's all about very, very fast movement. You're climbing up like a
Yeah, it's about
maze.
doing
kind
this
of.
with your thumb a lot.
And there's something chasing you.
Ah,
it? Oh, the light.
It's hard to do it from this angle.
The light. Did you play anything else?
That's fun.
Yeah,
Really
it's
frustrating.
freak it is. Well, it's only
Did
frustrating
I
when you're
play
playing with
something when I
Romy
was
and he's
here?
judging you.
No, I don't think
You know
so.
what? That might be it.
Mom Brain, how you doing over there? Good?
Freezing.
Hobo Town?
She's dying from
How are
too
things
much
in Hoboken?
physical activity.
Get another blanket.
It's not gonna help. I'm like, my meat is cold.
Need a bath.
Yeah, I need a bath. I was out for a couple hours.
What have
16 hours.
you been
Did you say
playing?
your meat is cool?
Yeah, you know how that happens when you're a little
Hermitas.
kid?
Hermitas.
My meat is chilled. When you're a little kid and you're out sleigh riding and like the cold like radiates out your thighs for
Like
a
how
while.
Casper
well, for
died?
me and my thighs because
For
they're
me,
so meaty.
My thighs, like
Did you play anything,
like
Mom Brain?
stingy.
I'm planning.
Burn and Cheese says, I have a guy who walks his German Shepherd without a leash in my neighborhood.
Do we live in the
It always-
same
It
neighborhood?
always makes me nervous, but the dog is ridiculously well behaved. He said lease without a lease, but I corrected him.
Well, I mean, I
You
make
know-
all my
Dog
pets
leash.
sign a lease to
Dog, where's your dog lease, sir?
I love dogs.
Does that dog live here with its own consent?
It's only got a couple months left.
And I assume that most, if not all,
You
dogs are
treated it like a
friendly.
car
And I would
lease.
never approach a dog I didn't know without asking its owner permission first. But it really burns my butt when dog owners let their dogs off leash.
Lease.
I was running the other day and I had this little, the kind of dog I don't like,
Stupid fluffy white dog.
come running up to me.
A bichon frisé?
And the owner
Let's
is
go, little
like,
fluffy white dog.
yeah. And the owner's like, he's friendly. And I was like, well, I don't know that.
Oh,
and
God.
he shouldn't. He shouldn't.
I don't know this
You do
dog.
know that because they told you.
Guys, I
No,
saved a
but,
dog
like-
off Alicia's
Everyone says
life.
that about the
Did I tell you that
It's
story?
not right. You should have your dog leashed if you're out. You just
Thanks for
should.
telling us what you played,
Keep
Bummer.
your dogs leashed and
Tricks
neutered.
being
I
neutered.
saved a dog's life. Are you ready?
I'm ready to hear what you played.
A game it was called Real Life. That there was
Game
a
of real
dog that was on the street, and me and my friends were getting ready to go out to the bar, and this dog was like running around, and we're like, friend, you probably should be nice. Thought it was going to attack us, but it was really nice. And long story short, we knocked on a bunch of doors and finally found its owner and reunited them and saved that dog from getting hit by a
Well,
car.
Here's the real story. That was not the owner. That was a very hungry man. And now the dog is
No, it was a very nice lady. And that dog was, the dog's name was Ty.
Don't mind
He was
him.
great.
He just sleeps inside the refrigerator.
I warm them up in the oven when it gets too cold.
No, dog is supposed to.
Have I
be
played
raw.
anything recently? No, I've been just doing Candy Crush, Jelly Queen, Jelly Butthole, and
Jelly
playing my
bitch.
usual Sims. You know, simming it up because my real life is
Like the
way
game
too boring.
Sims or simulators? Is that
No, like The Sims, like The Sims 4.
Hmm.
Still mad there's no toddlers, everyone.
Nicky
Still
Hill, what
mad
have you
there's no
been playing?
toddlers.
Make midgets.
Oh, I guess I'm done.
The
All right.
only thing
You said you didn't play anything.
Just
The only thing I played was Unravel. And it's funny that the character's name is actually Yarny. I was calling him Yarny.
Whoa.
And that's what
Like
his name
Marty.
really
Named
is.
Marnie.
Marnie.
And I didn't buy it myself because I figured I would just play it here. It gives me a
can.
reason to show up occasionally.
Mhm.
And then I came here to play it, and system's gone. Yarny
Aw.
moved.
I got rid of it.
Yarny
He
relocated.
threw everything in the
Garbage.
trash.
Systems,
Garbage.
didn't you?
It's all in the
Noticed.
trash, everyone.
How late were you up last night doing that?
Throwing things in the
Not any later than
dumpster
I'm usually up.
Doing what
and
you're
then setting them
walking
on
back and
fire.
forth.
I was packing up here and driving over there and unpacking and coming back here. Probably till about 4 I was doing that.
We have
You're
made-
crazy.
Well, I
This
stopped.
stuff's ready to go too, but I didn't feel like
My
I was
pizza
too
roll's
tired.
still
I didn't
here?
feel
There's
like-
nothing left
Nope,
connected
new
to
house.
it.
That's
Single.
true.
I moved them over.
Oh, you know what you
Yes.
should do though?
I moved them one by
Wasn't he
one.
the thing that he threw them
Papa,
away?
when you,
Because I was
when
really
you set
excited
up
for those
over
pizza
there,
rolls after
No,
the
they're good.
podcast.
you're gonna get like a HDMI splitter or something. Make it easier for yourself.
No, because her dad left a receiver that does like 4 HDMI in, so I'm good.
Hmm.
He left a receiver, a
Put all
subwoofer,
those male
some
HDMIs in.
huge old speakers, like the big, tall, like
And don't worry,
child-sized.
he left the NASCAR penis picture. so-
Yes.
Oh.
in the
Wow.
back of the basement.
Yep,
You don't leave a gem like that
I
behind.
know.
They also left like ketchup and like provolone cheese.
You
and,
Oh, and
like,
if anybody
condiments.
wants drinks from
It's
like
gifts
10
of
years
welcome.
ago,
Hmm.
Oh,
they
yeah,
got 'em
expired
Canada Dry
Sprite.
and Sprite
Surge?
and whatever you
Oh, I
want.
thought you were gonna say like Scotch.
Guys,
There's
Ecto
a
Cooler's
buttload
coming
of liquor in the
back.
basement.
Hmm.
I'm giving it
Is it
to
really?
It's not
whoever
gonna be the
wants it.
same though, is it?
Really?
You're lying.
No,
Oh, well,
Ecto Cooler's
The
coming
movie's
back.
coming, so.
I
Like,
know the
take it.
movie's gone. Is it
What?
real?
Come on.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. It's
Kevin,
Didn't
we're
we
gonna
search
get
for it?
turned
They-
on
What?
They just
What?
changed the
Oh,
name.
it's Brahmi, whatever your name is.
You're off.
We're gonna get turned on Ecto Cooler.
Nicky Hill.
Stay up till
that's all I
the wee
played.
hours.
Ecto Cooler and
But I
Big
enjoyed
Tray.
it, and it's got a lot of heart. And here's my problem: I
Scissor.
was looking up
Scissor
Firewatch
from my Ecto Cooler.
and Unravel,
Lean
and I
in
was
my
like,
Ecto
"Do I want
Cooler."
this one? Do I want this one?"
Ectolina.
Both came out like the same day.
Yeah.
Firewatch actually has a higher rating. No, sorry, not a higher rating. It has more reviews on the PlayStation Network. More people played it and reviewed it and said they liked it, but they're like Metacritic review. They're neck and neck.
Firewatch is only on PS4 and Steam. Unravel's on, I want to say PS4 and Xbox One.
Walk with me.
And not Steam. maybe
Firewatch.
Origin.
Right, but
with
their
me.
Metacritic score or whatever rating is the same. They're neck and neck.
Yeah, don't look at Metacritic.
I hate them.
Sorry, I was just looking for a one-stop.
G-Man,
shop.
sir, I don't know why you're asking that, but
What?
Is it about the-
I'm trying to. He asked if I have hentai manga. I'm
Oh,
trying to.
absolutely.
I don't think I do.
If I had to pick one guy.
Tangible.
I moved over
It's
some.
all on his 3DS.
I moved over some books. I have like the Ghost in the Shell manga. That's not hentai, but you know, Major Kusanagi's naked in one of
Major
it, so-
Kusanagi's Major Kusanagi. You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
Check out that.
So what did I play? I played Pokken Tournament for the review. Obviously, I played Mute Mud Super Challenge for the review on. Oh no, I didn't do the review yet. I have a special review of that coming up. We did the Parents Play. I am allowed to say this. Nobody at this table say anything, please. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm allowed to say that if you are a fan of GoNintendo and you have a copy of Mute Mud Super Challenge on the Wii U or the 3DS, you might find something special if you like to snoop around a lot. That's all I can say right now. I can tell you more next week. But for any of you that have the game, snoop around. Maybe you'll find something.
but don't say anything.
But this week, I also have been putting a lot of time into The Division. I've been playing The Division.
Oh,
on
yeah.
PS4.
Oh,
I've been listening to it while I fall asleep on your couch.
Yes, I have been really enjoying it, and I'm actually doing really well. I'm surprised with how well I'm doing because I thought I was going to get my ass handed to me, but it's going well, and it's a lot of fun. just wandering the streets of New York City in the snow. And you know what? This is one of the first and only games I've ever played where like dynamic weather really impacts and enhances the gameplay. So the weather is changing while you're playing the game. You know, it's not a preset weather engine. It just, you know, so it takes place in winter. So there's snow on the ground, but sometimes it could be snowing lightly. Sometimes it could be daytime. Sometimes it could be
It's always going to be
nighttime.
winter.
As far as I know, yeah. Sometimes it could be snowing heavily. Sometimes it could be like a driving wind with the snow. So that really impacts how missions work, because some missions are going on outside. And there was this one where I was in like this abandoned stockyard, I guess, and I was making my way in between like freight containers and stuff like that. And it was super, super, super snowy, and the wind was really blowing like crazy. And it made the firefight I was having that much more intense because I couldn't really get a look at the enemy until I was up too close, and they were, you know, maneuvering around to get different positions. And it just felt like really intense. It felt really hectic, and I really liked that. It added a whole element to the game. And those weather patterns were changing as I was playing through that mission. So it was really cool to see. But I really like the game a lot. You go around, you take missions where you like
In the ass?
set up like radio.
What?
Set up radio
You know what you're
radio
thinking
relays,
about.
or you help people, you save
No. Butt
captives, or you're just in big firefights, or you go underground into the sewers and search for stuff. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I really, really, really like it, and I'm actually playing it.
noodles.
I'm actually playing it alone.
Very.
I don't have any friends that have picked it up yet. I don't know if
I don't have any friends.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I don't have any
Period.
friends, Dan.
He pays us to.
He won't let us leave.
He has our secrets.
Do you have the gold edition? What version do you have?
I just regular.
Because the only
division.
all I'm seeing
Just
here is gold
regular.
edition.
Super
What's gold
GameStop
edition?
I don't know. It includes game
That's the one.
and the season pass, or
Did you get Super Gold Edition? That includes
You get
game?
Super
what
Gold's
about
game?
what about the collector's edition? You get a watch,
No,
a
I don't have
yokai watch.
that. I don't believe that.
You get an armband. What the heck's this about?
Armband.
It's like a fanny pack for your biceps.
Oh,
Maybe for carrying bullets.
yeah.
It's got some weird slider on it. You get a season pass, a division. You get a poster.
Yeah, I don't have that.
You get a multiplication. You know what I'm saying? Division of
So
multiplication.
you got the gold edition.
I guess. All right, here's our Twitter question. Like I said, the question is, with Miitomo launched in Japan and coverage is all over the place, are you more or less excited? Do you like what you've seen? Moldy Clay says, I'm just frustrated since it's clearly in full English, so why is it not out here yet? That said, I am most excited about Zelda Picross, and I am super impatient. Oh, our friends at Nintendo Life answered. How lovely. The Nintendo Life gang says, Miitomo is amazing fun when used with real-life chums. Looking forward to the U.S. Euro launch so we can experience it fully. Well, friends at Nintendo Life, I don't know what the hell's going on. Well, I want to say things, and then I think about how they're going to sound when I come out, and they're going to sound like I'm being an asshole, but I'm not. So, like, I've been friends with the guys at Nintendo Life for a very long time now. And, you know, whenever there's outlets that cover the same thing on the internet, people always think that those outlets are in competition with each other. So they're like, Nintendo Life hates GoNintendo. GoNintendo hates Nintendo Life. They don't talk to... That's never been true. It never will be true. I've always gotten along great with the guys at Nintendo Life, and that's why we talk to each other. I was going to say it's very nice to see them comment on this. And just yesterday, the guys at My Nintendo News had started following me on Twitter and left a nice comment. So as much as some people like to think that everybody on the internet fights, there is a select group of people who make sure not to fight and actually enjoy helping out one another. So
Do they fight with their friends? So wait,
They fight with their friends.
let me just ask real quick.
yes, long story short, I hate Nintendo Life. I hate My Nintendo News.
Because I'll forget. The Division. Do you have all the expansion packs already? Then? That's what the
Expansion packs come out first on Xbox.
The gold edition, though, you get all of them. Like, you pay for them now. That's why it's $100.
Yeah, I don't do that because I don't ever know if I want the stuff or not. I like to play the game first, and then I'll be like,
Yeah.
I got my feel.
That's
My
why
You
feel.
spent regular
That's
$60.
why he doesn't buy
Yeah,
like
cost.
season passes.
Yeah, I don't do season passes. I will do a season pass if I play the game and I know I like it and want more content.
You also get to start off shotgun starting off.
I have one of those. Chris Rose says, what I'm seeing from others gives me a Splatoon vibe where not everyone expected much and were really pleasantly surprised. NS Armored Frog says, I wish it launched in all territories at once, but it's not going to bother me to wait a few weeks. Looks like fun. Radical Defect says, I'm already overexposed to it thanks to everyone ever downloading the Japanese version. Still excited to try it out for myself, though. Aaron Knights says, I don't have enough handsome friends to warrant getting excited about. Besides, it just seems like Tomodachi Life light. I don't know. It seems like Tomodachi Life heavy to me. 753 says, I need it to launch in North America. We have Escaflowne says, I'm more excited, but still not crazy over it. My Nintendo put a huge damper on things, though. Just you. Jeff Cook says, you could say I'm enjoying it so far. We'll be switching over to the American version when released. And he's included a picture from his Miitomo, which shows his me dancing with Carlton, doing the Carlton. That's it. There you go. His Miitomo doing, or his me from Miitomo doing the Carlton with Carlton.
This is me naked.
Except for the boxer shorts, yes, and the cat on his shoulder.
You guys, it's not unusual to be loved.
E107 Combo says, Miitomo looks really neato, but if you put a pizza face down on another... We have an important tweet here. E107 Combo says, Miitomo looks neato, but if you put a pizza face down on another pizza, is it really big cheese and tomato sandwich?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
it's a pizza sandwich, right?
So it's a sandwich, regardless.
Baked pizza? Yeah, I guess
That's a sandwich.
Century Savior says, I cannot take
It's
Miitomo
baked
seriously.
Parmesan, but not chicken or eggplant or veal. It's just the baked Parmesan.
Yeah, that's all the things that a Parmesan gets without the thing that the Parmesan...
Right.
Century Savior says, I cannot take Miitomo seriously. For me, Nintendo is about consoles. Is just an app. I guess it is just an app for phones, so don't feel excited. My Body is Ridley says, I'm excited for all the achievements attached to the program. I love that you get achievements for spending money.
Nicky Hill, you okay?
My How Point says, as a heavy Nintendo player and as a person who only occasionally spends a bit when it comes to free-to-play, I'm excited. SD Sick Hero says, it looks interesting at least. I like the quirkiness. Hopefully others outside of Japan will too. Want to try it. IFAP to Gaze says, about the same, though it seems more fun than I thought. Or I could have went with his other name, Vice President Bowser. And by IFAP to Gaze, it's EYE. IFAP to Gaze.
That's interesting.
Martin Stuff says, I'm quite curious about it after hearing favorable things. I'll certainly give it a shot in the near future. Andrew Mated says, I'm more excited. I'm glad you can add friends from Facebook and Twitter. I'm glad it's a lot more open than I thought. Carefree Captain says, I haven't really checked out the coverage on the Japanese release, but I'm excited to try it myself. Chicken 008 says, I'm only interested in it for the platinum coins. Jay Ferrero says, I'm excited for it. Looks really fun. Gaming Reinvented says, no, I don't like the look of Miitomo. Seems like yet another mobile time waster with no real point to it. Isn't that all video games? Inside Gaming Online says, excited, actually more excited. Want now. Dutch Poet says, excited for getting points for answering questions on a daily basis and spending points on exclusive software like My Nintendo Picross, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Less about linking it with social networks, which I like to use for other purposes and keep personal on a different basis. Maximilian says, I have been playing it since launch. It is interesting and having more people to interact with when it launches is interesting and having more people to interact with when it launches later. Master Thief 1986 says, don't like where Nintendo is going, but I like to peek into people's lives. So Miitomo, I get. Link Trifor says, I'm excited for the My Nintendo Rewards program. Let's do this again. He says, kind of indifferent about Miitomo, although I'll download and play around with it since it's free. I'm more excited for the My Nintendo Rewards program, though. Looking forward to getting discounts and free games. Crystalline Green says, I'm more keen to try it having read the coverage. Can't tell till I do whether I'll Jesus Christ. Can't tell till I do whether it'll be my sort of thing to use regularly.
Be encouraging. It's his first time reading.
Launchberry says, I'm more excited when it releases overseas. It's hard to get excited about a current foreign social network. Mitchy Mouse MIC says, shrugs. And finally, Master Pikachu 6 says, I'm heavily excited about this. Well, I'm heavily excited about music trivia, Mom Brain. Can you help me with that?
What do you need?
You,
Yeah, music
do
time.
you need alms
Oh,
over
boy.
there?
Here
You
we
look like
go.
a poor homeless lady.
I know, right?
She needs a can of beans and a campfire. A flaming garbage can.
I have a can of beans in the kitchen.
You need
Well,
a
I have a
hubba-
can of beans.
You need a hubba window.
My can of beans.
Oh, I know what she needs.
My precious antique
She needs a
cans.
bathtub.
I need a
I'll tuck you
I
in
know
the
what she
bathtub after
Sounds
this.
No
What's
one
wrong with
knows what I'm
baths?
talking about.
No, and they don't ever need to.
I know
You
what
guys
she needs.
know. You've heard the story before. You two have. You might not have.
It
We'll save it for after the podcast.
She needs an audience with the queen. That's what she needs.
Oh,
Exactly
that's
what
it.
I
Did you find out
actually
if it's
need.
open?
Once I get warm. No, they don't say anything about it. Which, if you go
You guys are
online,
talking about Dairy Queen.
if you go
Duh.
online and you look up that store, it just tells you that it's there. I'm like, boy, that'd suck. You're like looking for a Dairy Queen in like December, thinking you're gonna
Oh yeah.
get
Did you
there and it's
call
gonna
them?
be open.
Get a
Yes,
queen.
I called in the middle of the podcast. You watched me, right?
You
Hi,
do
Dairy
other
Queen,
stuff
are
in the
you
middle of the
open?
podcast.
Whoa.
Whoa, Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
Look,
This
I,
is serious.
No one
I
is
understand you
fighting.
want Dairy Queen to be open so
They're
bad.
gonna.
I do.
You're tearing this family apart.
I need
And it's
Dairy
causing you to lash
Oh
out.
my God!
We're not
Did
even
I tell
fighting in the
you?
leagues.
I worked with somebody who was like a gaffer on the room, and it
Yes,
was
you did
all
tell me.
shot in the same room.
You told me, yeah.
That's amazing.
Mom, bring first song, please.
Not all.
Can't wait to not guess any of these
My
songs.
pleasure. The first song we have comes from
Oh, sorry, I saw it.
Bowling for Bear.
Damn it,
Well,
Kirby,
you
we
have to
need
leave
you.
now, Kirby.
I know.
Reading Rainbow. Oh,
Super Mario RPG?
Nope.
Why? It's a Mario song, but what is this from?
I know.
Bowling
Is
for
this
Bear.
a Yoshi? Is this a Yoshi's Island?
Not Yoshi.
it
Is it someone
Super
else's?
Mario
Oh,
World?
no. I know what it is. It's Donkey Kong Country 3.
It is.
Because it's a Mario song in a Donkey Kong Country game.
What a world! What a world!
All right, so that came to us from Bowling for Bear.
You want to know what's really
Donkey
interesting
Kong
about that
Country
song?
3 on the
What?
SNES.
That is the song. That's
lost
the
your
main
virginity too.
theme.
No, it's not.
That's the main theme from Super Mario 64.
Oh!
And Donkey Kong Country 3 came out before Super Mario 64 did. And we got a little tease of some of the music in that game before we even knew that it was going to be a Mario
I
song.
had no idea.
Would you
Pretty
look
cool, right?
at that?
Here
Next
comes one
one.
from Andy the Zombie.
Pokemon something. Red, blue, yellow.
Red, blue, green.
Now this one I actually know.
This is technically the red version. But
Yeah, this one I heard a bazillion times.
all right, so that came to us from Andy the Zombie, and it was Pokemon. Red, blue, etc. This one comes from JareBear1218.
Sounds like punk rock,
Sounds like could be-
Totinos.
I always get Sonic.
I was gonna
It
say
is a
it's
Sonic.
A bad Sonic.
Sonic 3.
Black Knight.
Sonic 2.
Sonic Colors.
Sonic
No.
Adventure 2.
No,
Sonic. I don't know. The Rule 34 Sonic video.
Sonic and the Lost World.
no,
Sonic Heroes.
no.
Sonic Generation.
Yes. Sonic Generations is the correct answer.
So that only came out on 3DS.
Yes, that came from JareBear1218.
Wait, I thought it was on.
Well, as far as Nintendo platforms
Oh, yeah,
go.
yeah. It was on the
This one
360.
comes from Denix, who hopes you don't get it because Denix loves this song. Wants to listen for a while.
All right, it's definitely a Paper Mario. Or it's definitely a Mario Luigi.
Yeah.
Well, I can run through the list.
Where?
I'll go with my favorite, which is the controversial Dream Team.
It is.
Hey!
Let us play.
I love the Mario Luigi. Yeah, Mario Luigi Dream Team is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I know that's controversial, but
Why
that's the
is
one
it
for me.
controversial?
People felt that one was a little too bloated, a little too much going on with the face buttons. That's one I like. Because you were controlling like Mario, Luigi, Baby Mario, and Baby Luigi with all the face buttons.
All right.
That's my pick.
So that came to us from Denix, and it was Mario and Luigi Dream Team on the 3DS. Here comes one from Fred McNanner.
Contact.
Could be.
Not Contact.
It's not familiar enough, but I want to say Link's Awakening.
Nope.
Okay,
But it does
good.
have that.
Yeah.
Is this Game Boy?
great, right? And the name is great.
Is it licensed?
No,
Oh,
it's an Atlas
yeah. I
game.
think it's familiar. Boy, Game Boy Atlas. I don't even know.
So
I don't
Cougar
know.
Trucker.
I got nothing. I can't think of anything. I wasn't familiar enough with Atlas back in the Game Boy days.
You were doing so good.
Yeah. What the hell did Atlas do on the Game Boy? Did they do anything? Was there a Digimon game on the Game Boy?
I don't know.
I don't know, but this isn't it.
How about
What was I gonna say?
Monster or something?
No.
I don't know.
Kirby?
Nah, sorry, I lost it.
Cosmo Tank.
I recognize the
Not what I
name,
thought
but
it
I
was.
never played it.
Great name, right?
Cosmo.
So that was Cosmo
This is
Tank
my
from Fred
Cosmo Tank.
McManor, who stumped you. Here comes one from Ultros.
Oh, here's another stump. Sounds like Super Nintendo.
It is. Moby song.
Is it first party?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
Man, what is this? Oh, I like it.
Sure you didn't.
Secret of Evermore. Secret of Mana.
Secret of Jazzy Tunes. Nailed it.
It's got like a rare feeling, but I don't think it's a rare game.
It's not a rare game.
Like that bass back there is like Donkey Kong Country.
I mean, that's not me.
I don't know. I got nothing.
I like that guttural.
Anytime you want.
Top Gear.
Oh, I never played that. I don't know who made it either.
Chemco,
Ah,
You
Chemco.
remember those?
1991.
Everybody.
Gremlin Graphics Limited. Okay, so that was Top Gear. Stumped you, and it came to us from Ultros.
We missed two so
So
far.
Ultros and Fred McNanner stumped you.
Yes, thanks. We got
They
it.
stumped you. You've
rubbing
been
it in.
stumped by Ultros and by two people.
Y'all being
Here comes
stumped.
a song from CJ. You'll get this one.
Oh, let it go. I love this
I'm
song.
guessing this is the Turtles.
Yep. Such a good song. Turn it on more. We'll let this one song.
Turtle time!
It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Well, that's the
I
whole
don't know why
song.
you're letting me powerful dancing.
Excellent job on that one.
Make sure you lower the
What
volume.
was that?
Thanks for that.
Synthy instrument.
Oh,
That was from CJ.
That's me holding a keyboard
You're
upside
you're
down
supposed
and
to be like
jamming
Guitar
on
Lady,
it.
right?
What?
You're trying to be like Guitar Lady.
Oh, shit.
Sure. Anyway.
That was from CJ, and it was TMNT 2, the arcade game. All right, our next little ditty.
About Jack and Diane.
Just heard that
Thank
song.
you.
Comes from Jaguar.
Focus all text. Sounds like Super Nintendo.
Yeah, this is like a middle school dance thing. Yeah, right. That's what it sounded like to me too. The love was meant to beauty queen. And every day on your man retired.
I think it is Konami.
The Konami
Oh, is
sad
it-
game where you reevaluate your life.
No, is it Tiny Toons?
No,
It's got like a mystical ninja vibe, but I know it's not mystical ninja.
it's not.
It's not Pilot Wings. Is it?
No.
It's not.
She said she thinks it's Konami. What the hell else is Konami? We did Turtles. It's not Turtles.
Oh, Arrow the X. Or no, that's not.
Echo the Dolphin.
That's Sega. Not even the right company. For Christ's sake.
Konami love song.
Or
Love song.
Yeah, it's
Contra
not
Love
Contra.
Force.
Yeah, it's not
Contra Love
Castlevania.
Force.
What is it?
They do other fighting games, Konami. That's not a fighting game song. Oh yeah, no, what it is.
That's a gentle, like you're fighting and then making love afterwards.
be like
That's a gentle
Like
game.
an end story fight song. I don't know. Go ahead.
Whatever.
Super Street Fighter 2. Was that Konami?
That was Capcom.
That's Capcom.
Capcom.
It's okay.
Dang. Yep, Super Street Fighter 2.
Man, I even guessed.
I figured
fighting
you'd
game.
get it.
Yeah, what is that song from? I know Street Fighter.
I want to
Wow.
stop fighting.
That's got to be like an
people in
ending cutscene
streets.
song.
So that was from Jet Jaguar, who stumped you along with Ultros
Yes,
and
yes,
Fred
yes.
McManners.
Man, that sucks.
Here comes one for Commando Colonel.
To fight on super streets.
Oh, here's another stumper. That's System.
3DS. You could have played it. I think you might have played
Color
it.
Chance 3.
Yeah, I like it. It's got like a Anamanaguchi vibe.
Yeah, wait. What's this movie?
3DS.
Is it that adventure thing?
It is.
Hey,
Oh!
Steve, like you steal our German?
Yep.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
the subject line of the email was acceptable or unacceptable. I think this one was unacceptable. There's two. There was an acceptable and unacceptable.
Man, good one. I played that game and I wouldn't have got this.
That was actually the first game that I ever beat in my apartment.
Aw.
Memories.
Yeah, I remember,
I
beating
forgot
it
inside
before I
my
even had like
mind.
furniture. Well, I had one chair.
Before I get furniture,
One chair
I have
just
to beat this
for
game.
gaming.
So
My
that
gaming chair.
was from Commando
A
Colonel.
gaming throne.
And it was Hey Ice King, Why'd You Steal Our Garbage? Last song from Wired. Good luck.
Oh, well, I thought it was Indiana Jones at first.
No, it's Hide Glide.
It is.
Wow.
And I know that from watching another Angry Video
And
Game
it's
Nerd
high
episode.
glide, it's high glide, it's high glide.
I feel like this is a good song to be like, well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show.
Well, everybody, you won Indiana Jones, but you're not getting it.
You're getting Hide Glide.
This is 5 minutes worth of this song.
It's all convinced, like, never mind. I'm not even going to make my joke because I said words wrong.
Nope, start it again.
No. I was going to say we should have this on in the background and then just, like, confess terrible secrets. I feel like it'd be a nice, you know.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. Well, there's no after show today because I just end the stream instead of end the recording. So, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. And maybe you guys are going to be the only ones that get to hear the show this week. And that's all I got for you. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Time for pizza roll.